Hello, this is Harry Paden. I am the host of Paden's Pulpit. This is Season 2, Episode 38. Today's subject, National Voter Registration Day. Season 2, Episode 38, National Voter Registration Day. You know the expression, day late and a dollar short, something like that. Well, National Voter Registration Day was actually yesterday, September the 19th. National Voter Registration Day is a non-partisan, which means it's not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's not independent. It has nothing to do with who or what party you select or don't select. It's a non-partisan civic holiday, not that you can take off work, but it's celebrating our democracy. If you study the world, I study the world, and there are places where there was a woman that was killed allegedly in Iran because she didn't wear the proper headdressing. You imagine? Is that a reason for a person to get killed? But here in America, we have so many rights that we sometimes take it for granted, especially people of color. National Voter Registration Day has quickly gained momentum. It's actually been it was first observed in the year 2012, so 11 years ago, and more than 5 million voters were registered on that date last year. It's celebrated every September. National Voter Registration Day involves volunteers and organizations from all over the country going out in a single day in, kind of coordinated way to try to get people to register to vote. According to the U.S. Census data from 2020, as many as, listen to this, 1 in 4 eligible Americans are not registered to vote. Makes you shake your head. People would die for the right to vote in many countries, and 1 in 4 are not registered to vote. Every year, millions of Americans find themselves unable to vote. I've done, where you come in, you give the name and, that kind of thing. And then the person finds out, well, sir, ma'am, you're not eligible to vote. Wait a minute, what? When was the last time you voted? For Obama? Now, that was way back. Obama hasn't been president for a number of years. But that was the last time a person voted. And what happens is if you don't vote after a certain amount of time, your name comes off the voter list. So please, make it your business. If you haven't registered to vote. You have to be 18 and a citizen of the United States, a resident of the area where you are voting, I think for at least 30 days. Just check all that right now at the top of my head. I don't want to give you wrong information. Voter Registration Day is a day to get people to come out to vote. It's endorsed by all reputable associations that deal with voting and the right to vote. And the last thing I'm going to say on that is that there are people out there taking away the rights that our forefathers, people of color, I'm not talking about the George Washingtons and, those who are this nation's forefathers. No offense meant to any of them. But our forefathers, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fannie Lou Hamer, the list is too long for me to mention. Well, it's not too long, but it'll take a long time to mention all those who struggled, died, and were brutalized for us to have the right when we didn't have the right to vote. There is no excuse for us not to go out and register to vote. It is tantamount to a sin. It may not be a godly sin, but it's a sin against humanity. People of color, call your local election headquarters, Google it. Most of you know how to do that. Find out. There is an election coming up in this area in New Jersey in November, and check the date for that. The date to have registered is October the 17th, so you have time. October the 17th is the cutoff for you to vote in November. And then we know there's a presidential election. I won't get into that now, because if you don't know that kind of stuff, I can't help you. I just can't. It will frustrate me too much. Please go out, register to vote. Check that your friends, family, anyone over the age of 18 is registered to vote. It's that important. Please, to God be the glory. Register to vote today. Please don't put it off.